The altcoin season is just around the corner. A lot of coins have pumped more than 100%, some more than 50%, some even 200%. But there are some important mistakes that you should not make in this very bull market, and that is what I'll be talking about in this very video. And the fourth mistake is very, very important. You should not make that mistake, not at all. If not, you will live to regret why you make such a mistake. Personally, I have experienced bull markets, and this mistake are mistakes that people make. Why they make money, they see a lot of money in their portfolio or in their wallet, and all of a sudden see that money disappear within weeks or months. So let's dive into the video. I'll be diving into the detail and do a practical example of what you should expect in this variable market. So the first mistake, you should have a plan and don't be overconfident about the market. Let me give an example. If, for example, you buy ADA, and let's say ADA, you bought it below $1, okay? And you expect ADA to do $5 or $10, for example. And you've seen ADA do $2, $3, now approaching $5. If you look at it, if ADA move upward and come back down, move upward, come back down, move upward, come back down. Let's say, for example, this area is the target of $5 that you want the market to achieve. And this is $10 that you want the market to achieve. But market has moved all the way below $1 that you bought into this very area. Let's say this is $2 points, okay? And you are seeing some cool cash in your account. You know, this kind of human behavior that definitely or somehow the market is going to $5 or even going to $10 is there. So what you do is to have a plan, very importantly, because this money can go up to $5, that is ADA can go up to $5 and even $10, but that assurance is not guaranteed. So for the fact that it is now at $2, but you are aiming at $5, it is wise that you have a plan on how you take your profits. It can be that the plan for you is to sell off 10% first at $2 and allow the remaining 8% to run upward. Or it can also be that the plan is for you to sell 40% and allow the remaining 60% to move upward should in case market hit this $5 target. This is very important because I can tell you that 40 to 60% of people that have invested or traders don't have this plan. And it won't be good for them to just allow the entire portfolio to run into the target. It's also fine because market can do that and market may not also do that in the long term. So it's better for you to have a plan on how you're going to collect profit. Not only that, on how you are going to achieve your aim in the bull market, and don't be overconfident about the market hitting $5 or $10, as the case may be. Let's say, for example, you invest in ADA and that's your target. Overconfident means that you've done your analysis, technical analysis, on-chain analysis, fundamental analysis. You even go into mainstream and check what others are saying about the market. And that gives you more confidence that maybe definitely the market is going to definitely do maybe $5 or $10. And then you leave your entire portfolio without a plan, hoping that the market is going to run into this very price level. But definitely sometimes the market may not reach here. Sometime too the market may reach here. So for the fact that there is that uncertainty, don't be overconfident about the market. So that is mistake number one you should not make. Have a plan and don't be overconfident about the market. And this is very, very important. Mistake number 2 that you should not make in this very bull market is nobody become poor by taking profits. I repeat myself. Nobody in this market have become poor by taking profits. Let's say, for example, you enter a position. Let's say you buy SUI, and SUI move upward, come back down, move upward, come back down, move upward. And your expectation is for SUI to maybe hit $100 in this bull market. That's your expectation. It should hit $100 per SUI. And SUI have done maybe 50%. It has hit $50. And you still hope that the market hit $100, but at this point, you want to take profits because you are already in profit if you bought at, let's say, for example, $2 or $3 as the case may be. And it has run into $50 mark per SUI, you can decide to collect profit and you won't be poor. Now, some person may argue that if market move from $50 to $100, you are leaving a lot of profit on the table. That's true, but there is a lot of uncertainties to the market moving from $50 into $100. You don't know what is going to happen in the market. And that is why the first mistake you should not make is very important. And the second mistake is also very important because you will not be poor if you take the entire profit at this very point. And if you have a plan as well, if you have a plan in check, you will not also be poor by collecting some profit at $50 and leaving the remaining to run maybe to $100 as the case may be, or as you're projecting. So mistake number 2 that you should not make in this very bull market is nobody become poor by collecting profit. Profit is profit. It's not loss. If it is unrealized, then it can be a loss if the market go in the opposite direction. So don't make mistake number 2. Nobody becomes poor by collecting profit. So collect profit as market move upward. Mistake number 3 that you should not make in this very bull market is don't fall for what I call mainstream media confirmation. Don't fall for mainstream media confirmation. As a trader, as an investor, before you invest in any asset, be it crypto, commodities, bonds, stocks, you might have done your research and willing to risk what you can afford to lose. So having done that, also you should have a plan on how you want that investment to stay or how you want it to run. So if you put that in check, then that means you should not be looking out for mainstream media that most time don't base the analysis based on maybe technical data, fundamental data, or on-chain data. They don't do that. And you as a trader so-called, or a professional trader so-called, you are going to mainstream and look at their bias. What are they talking about? Maybe XRP. They're talking about XRP and they said XRP is going to the moon, is going all the way to $100 for one XRP. That's what they're saying. And then you key into that very ideology as your confirmation. So don't do that. Stick to what you have. Stick to your plan. Stick to the confirmations that you have personally and not mainstream. And of course, your confirmation can be based on technical analysis. It can be based on fundamental analysis. It can also be based on on-chain data. Any of these can go. You may have even 3 confirmations, sentimental analysis to 4. You may not have the entire 4 at hand, but you can also use one confirmation as what you are looking at to exit the market. So you must not confirm your entry or exit based on mainstream bias. Stick with what you have. Stick with your plan. That's very important. And once you do that, you will see that you are going to be happy with yourself and what you're going to get from the bull market. Mistake number 4 that you should not make in this very bull market is very, very important. And that mistake is what I called don't risk what you have and need for what you don't have or need. I repeat myself. Don't risk what you have and need for what you don't have or need. Let me explain. Let's say, for example, you bought a coin, this particular coin, or let's just name the coin Dogecoin. Okay, let's say you bought Doge and you bought Doge below $1, or let's say for reference purpose at 25 cents. Okay, you bought Doge at 25 cents and market move up from 25 cents, come back down a little bit, move upward, come back down, move upward, come back down, move upward. And your projection in the bull market is for Doge to hit, let's say, $8, okay, for Doge. That's your projection. You have a very high target. You want to hit it hard. You are going all in. You want to hit it. You want to hammer all the money from the market. So your projection is $8 for Doge, for example. And you bought from this very point, 25 cents, okay, 0.25. And market move before your eyes, market do $1. Before your eyes, market do $3. Before your eye, market do $5. Wait a minute. You bought all the way from 0.25 cents. Market move all the way to $5. Don't risk what you already have and need for what you don't have or need. Let me explain that with this. You see, in as much as market has moved from here all the way to this very point, this is what you have. You already have it. This is just a projection. This very area is a projection. Market can come into this very area and even above $8 to $10, $20 as the case may be. But in as much as you bought at 0.25 cents and market moved into $5, that means you've made a lot of money depending on how much you use in buying the coin at 0.25 cents. So this very money now is what you have. You can decide to close the position and collect profit instead of risking this entire money that you already have for this very one right here that you are expecting. This one, this very area, you don't have it. You need it, of course, but you don't have it. So what you do is don't risk this one for what you don't have. You don't have this one. You don't have this one. I repeat myself. And this is very clear because this is the mistake a lot of traders make out there. So instead of them to collect profits and leave the market or watch what the market is going to do next, they leave the entire position to run because they believe this is a time for them to hit hard in the market and collect all the thousands of dollars or millions of dollars as the case may be and just retire. Of course, that is possible. You can retire, but look at it very well. It will be a nice game to protect what you already have. Obviously, maybe seeking for more, but being very cautious because once the market begins to move all the way to the upside, there is this euphoria that will come in. The normal human behavior will tend to make you feel like, okay, market is still going to do more. If the market can move from 0.25, I am very sure it's going to hit $5. And you will look at the trend, it will show you a very clear trend that market is going to go up. You will not know in most cases that this is the top, $5 is the top, and market will begin to go all the way to the downside. So what you need to do in this very bull market is don't risk what you already have and need, because you need it. What you already have and need for what you don't. That puts you in a position of control. So you control your position as market begin to move all the way to the upside. So these are the mistakes that you should not make in this very bull market. Personally, I have experienced bull market and I am talking from experience. Because once the market begin to have aggressive pump all the way to the upside, some person will forget to take profits. They will forget that there is something like take profits or trade management, portfolio management. Please don't fall for any of this trick. Don't make any of this mistake. It will be very bad and devastating that you see your portfolio maybe grow from $100 to a certain amount, and before your eyes, that portfolio depletes all the way to the downside. So please don't make these 4 mistakes. Avoid them with all sincerity and ensure you be on top of your game by following your plan. If you gain value from this very video, consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. If you want to join my Telegram channel to receive more updates, join right now. Link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment. Thanks for watching.